Tesla is far more than just a clever tech company. They are a serious electric vehicle manufacturer. And the Model 3 is proof of that. Maybe it's time you took them more seriously. There are few car brands that attract as much attention as Tesla. A disruptor brand, a divisive leader, and real financial losses create a hat trick of controversy for the Tesla brand. And now, as it hits 6 years in Australia, the Tesla Model 3 is here. It arrives in 2 variants, and the single motor rear-wheel drive Standard Range Plus claims a single charge range of up to 460 kilometres. We're travelling from Melbourne to Albury to test the numbers. So let's talk about the many barriers to entering the world of EV motoring.
Well, should we start with perceived or real? I mean, there's range anxiety, there's the charging infrastructure, there's pricing.
And they're boring, dynamically flawed, and ugly.
But it's really interesting because I think having spent a bit of time in this Tesla Model 3 that those perceptions can start to change.
Well, we're now 175 kilometres into our journey and we've stopped at Euroa, which has the last supercharger before our destination. Our sat-nav suggested that we wouldn't have made it and it's asked us to pull over for a 10-minute supercharger top-up. We've already chewed through 54% of our battery. Real-world in-car data told us we'd be in the negative, -2% at the end of our journey. So with our first supercharge stop under our belt, I feel like we're in a better position to have a conversation around charging and range anxiety.
Yeah, it's that real and perceived is probably in sharper focus now.
Range anxiety is significantly reduced, but by no means is it gone.
What about your perception of price, Nadine? Like 66,000 the Standard Plus rear-wheel drive that we've got here.
If you look at Tesla owners in years gone by, it's always been, the price has been prohibitive. But now, from $66,000, you've got to think it's going to be a bit of a game changer.
I mean, if you're using the car for your urban commute and to work, charging, sitting around at Euroa is probably never going to be an issue.
Yeah. Carrying on with our freeway leg, the Tesla's driver assist technologies proved somewhat random. Lane keep assist was intermittent at best. Autonomous braking demonstrated similar quirks, braking unexpectedly on occasion, while the autopilot is best suited to long sweeping bends. Despite these trust issues, the Model 3 was a very comfortable freeway cruiser. And if it were a beauty competition, we're backing the Model 3 as the showstopper. EV styling jokes are on their way out. So we finally found some corners. Can the Model 3 also be dynamically rewarding and a bit of fun even?
Yeah, look, I think it's great fun. It's quite surprising actually. The steering has great feel. It's relatively light, it's just over 1,600 kilos, but it is that punch from the engine, that instant torque from the electric motor that really puts a smile on your face.
If you're after a more pointed sports car feel, it's likely you'll need the dual motor all-wheel drive Model 3 Performance variant. The interior is a story of modern design and cohesion, and above all, restraint. Less is more. The tablet-style heart in this vehicle is intuitive, informative, and highly entertaining. Space, amenity, and comfort are of a high standard, and there are few compromises to speak of. The Model 3 addresses many prior concerns of would-be EV buyers and may even convert some naysayers to Team Tesla. Some roadblocks remain, but we are heading in the right direction. Tesla's cheapest car to date may well be its most convincing. I kid you not.